Hey, how's it going? Hi, my name is Chance Benson. I hope that everybody's having a great week. I hope that everybody is staying safe out there, and I hope that everybody is finishing out this semester strong. Um, so, for my research proposal, I found a gap in a study that used person-centered counseling um, for those who have experienced bullying in an academic setting. The population was actually only four females, and it's a very small population size for one, and it's not very diverse. So I wanted to take it and make it more meaningful to myself. So first off, I'm a mental health technician at a children's psychiatric facility that treats dual diagnosed patients. So the population that I deal with is 16, 17, 18-year old young African American males. So my research question is how person-centered counseling affects young African American males who've experienced bullying in an academic environment. Um, One of the things that I found was that in Jones 2020, it states that anxiety is one of the most common issues for those who have experienced bullying. Um, Hope et al. 2020 also states that as a counselor, you have to be culturally competent in the things that you deal with. So I wanted to take the approach at looking at one a different you know culture than myself, and two, something that means the most to me. Um, the instrument that I used was the Beck's Anxiety Inventory 2, based on one. You know, it's one of the most common mental issues that people who have been bullied faces. And another thing is for person-centered counseling, anxiety is something that would go hand in hand. For one, person-centered counseling deals with people who have low self-esteem and things like that. Anxiety is one thing that produces low self-esteem. um, so for the null hypothesis and the actual hypothesis, um, the researchers' hypothesis is that young African American males who've experienced bullying in a school setting and receive, person-centered counseling will have lower levels of anxiety, right? And vice versa, the null would be that PC counseling has no effect on young African American males who have experienced bullying. And you know in this case, I believe that if it was played out, that we would end up rejecting the null in the long run. The study design that I used was a longitudinal design. Basically what would happen is it would take course over 6 months, and the start of it, you would go ahead and complete the um, Beck's Anxiety Inventory 2, and then after 12 sessions, you're going to complete it again, 12 more sessions, and then you'll complete the final inventory. And based on this information for the statistical analysis, you're going to want to run the Friedman test. For one, you'll be able to look at, only have one independent variable and one dependent variable. And the dependent variable has multiple levels of things you want to cross reference. So that would be the best test, so you could look at that. The participants, of course, is going to be young African American males. The way that we would recruit them is, for one, flyers will be placed around a university. Those flyers will have two different dates on there. And the first, date will be just information to disclose everything. The second date will be a more Q&A for anybody that has questions. In both, meetings, they could sign up for the study. The requirement for it is you can't be over the age of 25. You have to have experienced bullying in the last 4 years, and that's about it. I hope that y'all really thought my research was interesting. I hope that y'all all have a blessed day. Thank you, and see y'all.